Hey, it's Debbie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Let's see if I can adjust that light there. No, it's been a while. Mercury retrograde, we're in the middle of it. Boy, is it a doozy this time, I'm telling you. So the more awakened you become, the more it affects us empaths on my side, the feminine side anyway. Masculines are definitely going through it. Now, because of everything that's happening right now in the world, we're all coming together. There's definitely a wave of unions coming. I mean, there's some major work. Sorry, my eye itches. Major work on the feminine side. I'm telling you, it may seem like things are going awry at this time, but you know, you just have to be in your knowing and trust and understand, because it's just know you're doing the right thing. Know you're doing what you've been told to do, what you're called to do, and trust. And trust. That's what I have to do. That's what I have to do. Anyway, so let's see where the masculine is right now. Okay. Now, I haven't done it for a while. They just had me pull back for a while, so I had to do a lot of isolation meditation. So anyway, can I have where the divine masculine is in the connection for the divine feminine? One card at a time, please. Oh, okay. I'm not so sure. Okay. Yes, they're saying yes. All right. They're going through some understanding. It just depends on your masculine. You have to get to the point in the connection when you're able to neutralize, when you're able to neutralize your energy, right? You kind of get to the point where you're able to let go. It's weird. I'm going to have to tell you, I have to explain it to you. It's a weird point, because you'll get to the point where it's like, and this happens, in union, there's union, and then there's the complete union, if that makes any sense. So when you actually come in union is when, one, you've surrendered to yourself and your higher self, okay? And you've made that emotional balance. So on the feminine side, you have to make an emotional balance. Let yourself be vulnerable. Let yourself be your true feminine self, okay? And the masculine and steps into their power, okay? The thing is, you also have to, understand, whenever it comes to, the masculines are your mirror. Okay, just as you are theirs, they're going to tell you what you need to work on. All right. So if they're in the in and out energy, which is normal, right? It's to test the waters, because the energy that we have when we combine together is very, very intense, and they have to get used to it, and it makes them deal with things they don't want to deal with, because they don't like feelings. Feelings are icky to them, because it makes them look inside, right? Why am I this way? Okay, they don't like that, right? We're used to that. So it's not hard for us to figure that out, right? However, the issue is when you actually start to go into the healing process, instead of blaming the masculine, like we tend to do, or we do in the beginning, you need to look at, what are they trying to teach you? What are they trying to teach you? They are trying to teach you something about yourself, which in turn tells you about them, okay? If you have abandonment issues, or if they have abandonment issues, you need to learn and teach yourself that you will never abandon yourself, okay? Because you won't, because you're there for yourself, right? If you have issues of commitment, what aren't you committing to? Are you committing to your healing? Are you committing to your purpose? Are you committing to your mission? Everybody's mission is a little bit different. Our main mission is to spread unconditional love energy. That's what we do, right? That's what we do. Okay. And when you understand that and you take and you transmute no matter what comes your way, negative energy, you transmute that and turn it back into love. And you never ever let it make you bitter, let it make you sad. I mean, yes, you have to process information, but you don't ever let it change your true essence of who you are. Okay. That's the key. And just keep looking for things, understanding your gifts, understanding your ability. This is what I like about me and myself and my journey. Learned a lot about myself. I am like 95% healed of what I can. Okay, I'm healed completely of what I can do on my own. I am in union with my masculine. When you get into the beginning of union, it is not necessarily is it where you are, with each other all the time. It's where the masculine recognizes this is a divine connection. They recognize they are masculine. They recognize theirs. You can talk about it. They have gifts. They still have tendencies to run because it's an intense energy, right? You're the one that controls it, though. You're going to get to a point where you want to run, right? Because you're going to get to this neutral. It's kind of like you want to run, but it's like, wait a minute, do I really still have these feelings for this person? And it was explained to me by somebody else, but it's like they don't really agitate you when they text you or anything. It's what the masculines actually, to be honest with you, when the masculines, they're going through it before they're awakening and stuff, as they're learning things about it, it drives them crazy when you contact them because you're in that chasing energy. They feel it. It's just like anything else. If you feel like somebody's being aggressive and coming after you, which is natural, and it's what feminines do, right? It's part of the healing process. It's the part of the process that you have to get through. It is the hardest part to get past, but you can do it. You can do it. That's the problem, is you get to that point and then you don't want to go further and you don't realize that healing is positive. It's not a negative. It's just processing it logically. Okay. They're like, oh, I don't. You just think about it. Anybody else that you've ever had a relationship with, or anybody else that's super clingy, that's like there all the time, and you can just feel it's like, thank you, but no thank you, right? You want this person, right? That's them. They know that they want you. They know that you'll always be a part of their lives, right? That's why they test the waters. They test the waters, okay? When you get into union is when you both have come into an understanding that this is a divine connection, okay? You know who each other are, okay? You know your twin flames. You actually, we can discuss our abilities, our different gifts. They actually complement each other, and it's really cool. You're very comfortable and open about, who you are. You can be your authentic self. You still have times of separation during this time frame. And what I mean by separation, they're like mini separations. They're like a day or two with no contact, and it gets less and less and less. And the energy is still, if the energy is still intense, it's just like working out or anything else. Your body has to get used to it. It doesn't help that we're going through ascensions. I'm going through ascensions. Everybody's going through upgrades. So my energy is even more. But I have found that there are times that, I see him almost every day. And they're just like for a few minutes each day. But I see him every day, right? But I get to the point, or you have to get to the point in the connection where you just match what they do, okay? When you're able to match what they do, then it's neutralizing. So when you don't have this lovey-dovey, like, oh my God, I love him so much, and or her, whichever, and I can't wait to be with him, and I know all this, like, when you get past that and you're just in your knowing and in your peace and your zen, and you're like, okay, well, all right. lot of people are like, well, do I even feel for this person anymore? What is this? It's unusual. You have to stop and actually realize it's just the energy has balanced and neutralized. You are no longer in that chasing stage, right? You're just, it's like a regular relationship where it's like, okay, well, I know we're together. I know I'm okay if I see him. I'm okay if I don't. This is a forever thing. Nothing can ever, no matter what you say, this is also, you have to get to this point, no matter what you say or do, you have no fear whatsoever of them leaving you. You got to get to that point. You got to get yourself to that point, okay? You got to get yourself to that point, right? Can you guys think about it in all your relationships that you have, in every relationship that you have, okay? Friends, kids, family, whatever. How is your relationship with them, right? Do you freak out if you don't talk to them? Do you freak out if you don't see them? Do you freak out? Do you ever question? No, you don't. So it's actually normal. You're like there, right? And we're not used to that being feminine. You're used to that. Oh, they're everything. They're all, well, yeah, they are, because you're there. You're them. That's another thing you have to understand is you're the same. You're one. Okay? You're one. So when you, and I guess apparently this is going to be more of a talking than a reading, and I will let you know what where the masculines are, but this is just what they're wanting me to relate to you guys. Going through the journey. The journey is an interesting journey. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of self-love. When you truly understand, one, your source. So you are all one, right? When you truly understand that this is your mirror, your other person, right? It's an eye-opener. It's an eye-opener. It is an eye-opener. Trust me, it's an eye-opener. What you believe, how you react to their text messages, how you react to anything, they're going to do that. So what you think, what you expect is what's going to happen. So if you expect them to ghost you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Okay. If you are in that desperation of like, oh my God, will he answer? Will he answer? You know what I mean? It's a mirror. It is a true mirror. And what you expect to happen, how you react, is what you're going to get. So you have to think about, how do you feel when you get a message from them, right? How do you feel? Okay. Is it a good feeling? Is it a bad feeling? You know what I mean? It's like, and don't answer right away. You don't, unless there's a reason for you to answer right away. Okay. You don't need to, right? Give it a few minutes for you to think about what you're going to say back. Just like, hey, how are you? If you haven't heard from them, if you haven't had contact in a while, about 3 or 4 days, you can just, all you got to do is just reach out and go, hey, that's it. Don't say anything else. And just wait for them to respond. Match what they do. Match what they do. Okay? So if they give you 4 words, match back 4 words. Match the energy. Okay? Don't go more. Don't go more. Don't go more. So when you're matching that energy, they know, and you have to understand, they love you. They miss you, right? When you don't need the validation, look, you hear that? They're coming in. When you no longer need the validation, you don't need them to tell you they love you. You don't need them to tell you that they miss you. You know this already. It's obvious. You are the same, okay? You also have to understand, whenever they do, go in separation, or they ghost you for a while, or you're not in contact, or they do run, it has nothing to do with you. You have to understand this and truly, truly get this. It's everything to do with them not wanting to deal with their emotions, not wanting to face who they really are, to face how horribly that they treated you, because they do, and then they have to in order for you to heal. It's for them to They don't know how to accept unconditional love. They never had it before. It's everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. And you just have to understand that. And you just have to let them figure it out. Let the universe figure it out. Okay? Let them take care of it for you. All right? Just, you can't do it do it with peace. Do it with zen. Not with frustration, not with anger, not with, yeah, I ain't gonna give you nothing, you ain't getting nothing. No. No negative energy towards it whatsoever. Because what you put out, what you get out. What you gotta do is you just have to do it with, loving energy, peace, and zen. They text you good morning, what are you gonna text back? Good morning. They test, how are you doing? I'm doing whatever. Or good, you. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Give yourself at least 5 minutes in between. Give yourself something to think about. Calm your energy down. If you're still in that chasing stage, and you know exactly what I mean, that obsessive stage, you're there, give yourself a few minutes to calm down and relax. Let the smile fade, whatever. Take a breath. Just okay. Talk to them as if they're your best friend, because they are, like anybody else. Okay? All right. Anyway, so they are stepping into their passion. They are. They're going through a major shift right now. Everybody is. But they're going through a major shift right now. They are so passionate right now. I don't know if they're going to have me do a message or if they're just going to have me read it. I think they're just going to have me read it. Okay. They see and know, because when you do it, like I said, we're the leaders. They'll follow you. So whatever you do, they're going to do. So, if you are doing the work, they're going to do the work. Okay. It just takes time. It takes about, let me just tell you, it takes about, for mine, because I have some new energy coming in, new chakras that have been activated. Okay, and Ethernet wings is what they're etheric energetic wings is what they're called. Okay, I learned a little bit about it. Everybody's a little different in their levels. Some of us have wings, some have wings and halos. It's just a little different. Not everybody has this. There's just certain people that have this energy. So it's an extra energy. Okay, I noticed it about myself. I didn't say anything to him. I just let myself be, because this is just me. That's another thing. You just work on you. When you work on you, you're working on them. Okay. I noticed it. I didn't say anything. And then he came over one day and he's like, man, this has really been hurting. My back has been hurting really bad. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, is it in this area? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, and it was like 3 weeks later. And I'm like, yeah, your wings are coming in. Because why I said that, he's like, he told me earlier in that day, he's like, man, I'm carrying around this extra energy. He's like, I got this new energy about me now. So, and then when he said that, I'm like, okay, all right. So I told him about it. And this is how you also know that you're in union. Because they'll listen to you. They'll listen to you and they understand you, right? They're not like anybody else. They're going to be like, you're crazy. I told him about it. And he's like, interesting. I'm going to look that up. So I did. I sent him a little information on it, right? Well, and then I'm being on our side, the emotional side. I get the downloads. I get the understanding. I just go with it. I trust it. I believe it. I go with it. I understand it, right? I don't need to logicate it. I don't need, knowledge is everything. I love to learn. But I don't need all that extra information, because I just know. Masculines are more logical. They want to get to the meat of it. They want to understand it. They want to, they need that. They need to logicate and educate themselves. Boy, he taught me a lot more about him, but it was pretty cool, because what he was telling me about it, there's different kinds, and he's like, I think I'm this one, and I'm like, okay, which makes sense, because he's more knowledgeable. But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. When you guys are in that, when you can talk like that, and you know that each other, you're the yin and the yang, that's union. That's union. You don't have, this is what I want you to understand, you don't have to live with that person. I know you want to. I do. To be in union. Union is being in one self, being one with self, right? Both of you being one with self and then balancing each other out and knowing and coming together, right? It leads to that complete, like, where you're around each other all the time, but sometimes it's intense. It still gets intense for me too. It does. It's like, but you know, it's just one of those things that you just have to, like, okay, you just have to face it, right? You just got to do it. And also understand when you get into union, and even when you, like, married, because there's married twin flames, you heal on your own and then you heal together. So you're still going to have moments where you're going to trigger each other. It's just different at that point that you can heal together. You can work through it together. That's the difference. That's the difference. Okay. So this is what they're wanting me, connecting energy. This is what's going on with them. I'm sorry I'm babbling, but I know it's been a while and they just wanted me to get this out to you guys. Okay. All right. So they're trying to make a decision, right? And the decision is pound on you. That's what you guys have to realize. They're just the decision that they make, it's on you. What you decide. You have to decide that you're in union. If you keep saying that I'm never going to be in union, I'm not going to do this, it's not going to, it won't. It's because of what you believe. Will you ever be severed? No. Will you always be pulled to each other, always go through the cycles? Yes. You have to commit to yourself and you have to decide, you know, I'm done with these cycles. I'm ready to move forward, right? What do I need? Talk to your guides, talk to the universe, talk to God. What do I need to do to move forward? What do I need to let go of and release? What do I need to do to accept? Okay. So they've seen you do the hard work. They've seen you to do the hard work and stepped into your passion. Okay. They've seen you do it. They're doing it. So they're understanding. They're understanding everything has a purpose. Everything works out for a reason. They're working through it. And they know that they need you in your life. You are vital. Vital. And I have to tell you, I also understand I'm following different masculines and understanding and getting a little bit of what they went through. And a lot of them, and it's crazy. This is what's crazy. I don't need validation, but it's nice to, when you hear it on the other side, it's somebody who you never said anything to. So I've always told mine, until you surrender to the connection, until you surrender to me, which is surrendering to yourself, by the way, your life is going to be a total hell. It's going to fall apart all around you. You're always going to have situations come up, things happening. I told him to that. Of course, you know, a lot of times it goes in one ear and out the other, but actually it does stay in. When I was listening to her, and then another one, masculine, they were like, you know, I finally figured out that my life was better when they're in it. When they were in it, my life went well. Until I surrendered, until we became in union, my life fell completely apart. And I know my life was falling apart because of them. Because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to, surrender to the connection and giving them back what they were giving me. It's just understanding that. It's crazy. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, holy crap, I do know what I'm talking about. Anyway, new stable beginning. This is also finances. So they're working on a financial, they want to give you stability. That's what they're about. You also have to remember a male masculine has to be masculine, right? When you step into masculine energy, it makes them feel emasculated, which I know sounds so retro, but it's true. They want to be able to take care of you, be in that vulnerable feminine energy, okay? All right? Because they want to get out of the in and out energy, right? Did they dip that toe and they say, okay, are they ready? Are they ready? Are they ready? And then if they don't, and if they feel it's too much, they run, right? But that's why we have that in and out energy for so long, because they're testing the waters. It's testing the waters, right? And then they're finding the balance. They see you find the balance, so they're like, let's go for it. Let's do it. Let's do it, right? Because they know with you, they'll learn all the passion. They're learning how to harness the passion of your love to come together as one. Okay? Right? And they're not worried about standing in judgment because of all the burdens. They don't care about what people think anymore. They don't care about other relationships. They've let all that go. Right? They're done with that. They're done with that. Right? Everything is timed, right? So this is the connected energy. This is kind of where you guys are at. I'm just going to let, it be divine timing, right? Right. Well, everything is timed because you do have to go through things, right? However, it takes action. If you aren't taking action, nothing is going to progress. So you need to take action. You can always speed up the process by what you choose to do. You can say, it's like with anything we manifest, right? One, when you manifest something, you and your knowing, right? How we manifest is air, cup, action, right? Air, fire, air. I'm trying to think of this. Air, water, fire, earth. Okay? Air or swords. You know it. You know it, right? Then you're going to feel it. Then you're going to take action for it, and then it comes, okay? So what I mean by that is you just know. I'm gonna put, for example, I don't know, something simple. I'm just going to say you need $10. I need an extra $10, right? Or however much. You just know that you need it. You know that it's coming, right? You trust. You feel it, right? So I'm like, okay, well, it's coming. I feel it. I know I have it. Then you act as if you already have it, right? And then it comes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's like kind of living a delusional life, But that's what you have to do. When you manifest things, but you can also say, I would like this now, please, and thank you. And then you say, thank you for already giving me that. So that's the same thing with the connection. Thank you for showing me what I need to do to move my connection further along, to move my journey. Always remember, it's not about getting in union with your masculine. It's about what we're here to do as a mission. However, that is part of your mission, is being in one. One with self, one with them, one for the world. And trust me, the world needs it now more than ever. The things that are happening right now, that's why they've been pushing for the 23, 22 start, 23 union, 24. They're going to give us time to be in union, to celebrate, to give each other time, and then we're going to have to do what we're supposed to do. Everybody's mission's a little bit different, how we're going to change that little part of our area of the world and spread that. But that's why it's being fast-tracked. That's why you're being forced to do things, forced to face things you don't want to face, right? Also remember, if you don't heal this lifetime, if you don't get in union this lifetime, you'll have to come back and repeat it. I don't want to do that. I also did figure out, though. When you do become in union, right? And I don't know if you're going through ascension symptoms. Those are big time right now. Mine of the deck was Two of Swords, and that's what I was going through in the beginning. It's like you have to see past yourself and make that decision that you're going to commit to yourself, right? Commit to healing, commit to yourself, commit to that work. Okay? It's not as bad as you think, because I know I've been there. It's like you start to heal and you get to that point of healing and it starts to hurt really bad and you're like, no, I can't do this. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. You can do it. You just have to let yourself process it, feel it, and let it go. Let it go. Understand that was done to you a long time ago. Understand the lesson. If you stop and look back at all your relationships, you will see there's a pattern. There's a pattern. What is it? That's what I'm telling you. What is the pattern in my relationships? What were you trying to teach me in the karmic relationships that I didn't learn? Okay. That is making, if your twin flame journey has been so painful and difficult, what is it that I didn't learn that they are trying to teach me? Because that's all this is about, is healing each other and teaching each other how to be a better person. That's what it's about, okay? Ask your guides. Ask your guides to show you. I process my stuff in my sleep. What I need to remember and keep going forward, because it's your subconscious. What I need to remember and move forward, I will ask them to reveal that to me. Show me. There's just so much. I know they keep telling me I have so much content that I need to get out there and explain and do things and just in this journey. And I know it's easier for others, but I'm telling you, the way I got to this point was complete isolation. I really have been hermit mode for 8 days now. 8 days. 9 days now. Which they made me do. It's crazy. It's like all of May. I've been like closed in. I'm going to go out only if I have to. Now, I'm at the point where I'm ready to come back out. I just have to trust, right? So it's an amazing journey. It's an amazing journey. Like I was trying to explain a little bit about my healing process and where I've gotten and what I've gone through. And you will also see that the traumas and different things and different relationships that you have, karmic ones that you have and your masculine have, mirror each other. Like they're the same type of people. But they still think of it healing because it hurts negative versus positive. Healing is actually the most freeing thing you can do for yourself. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. It's absolutely the best thing. Absolutely the best thing. So, what I can say to you guys is, you got this. You got this. You got this. It's as hard as easy as you want it to be. So if you want it to be hard, it's going to be hard. If you think it's going to be hard, it's going to be hard. If you think it's going to be easy, it's going to be easy. You just have to put your mind to it. Set your mind to it. You know, you're stronger than you think. You wouldn't have been chosen if you weren't strong. All right? Till next time.